Hello, Internet to Design is your Octave, and this is Let's Play Package Stomper Transport. I'm Mr. Octave, and we have a new goal. We're going to take this mining iron ore field here and connect it up with this steel mill. We haven't done that specifically yet, so let's get to it. We have $6 million in the bank. I think we can make this. We can handle this here. We're gonna do a big old mess for these guys to figure out. We're going to set up a railroad station. We're going to go as big as we possibly can. Holy cow, that's allowed. The next step is to set up a tunnel because I'm not going to deal with, going all over the place and figuring out exactly where and how to set up the not where and how. We're not going to go over the mountain and contend with all these loops of random road and stuff. Instead, we're going to head over to here, set up our train right next to the other station here, and we're going to connect these two up straight together like this, and like that. Ta-da! We're set up a train practically. All we need is the train itself. We're going to plug this over to here, put the train depot right there, and make a new vehicle. We're going to set this up and put it like this. This goes 160 miles an hour. Does this one? No, that only goes 112. Okay, so more floss diesel engines. We're going to be spewing out all kinds of toxins into the atmosphere, and that's just how it's going to be. We're going to add in some new vehicles here. We're going to add a iron ore hopper. We're going to put 6 of those on here. Did I tell you to do full load on Huntingford Woods? Full load any cargo. Alright, off you go. We're going to actually have you start out by going over to there because that makes sense. We're not going to send an empty train over to the steel depot here where they're creating goods. They won't know what to do with it. They're just going to be like, what do we do with this? It doesn't make sense. Does Great Job City accept goods yet? Are they big enough for that? If I knock down a bridge, then yes. Actually no, that would be good enough for getting goods together. That's interesting. First train arrives, hooray! Let's see here. That's an interesting development here. If I make it only 5, is it still good enough for goods? Yes, it is. Well, let's try that here. Let's blow up these two and put a train station over here. And we're gonna share some tracks. No, we're not. It's just so much easier because you don't have to deal with signals and stuff if you set up, independent rails. It saves you a lot of time. It's better. Yeah, it's more expensive to do, but when you have $6 million in the bank, you don't have. I'm more worried about making it easier for me. That's what I'm all about. Easy for me. We're gonna set up another bridge to go over the top of here. Just grind up the countryside. Make sure that these guys are as pissed off as possible. And make a brand new train station just for us. Just for this one spot here. Make a new vehicle, which is going to be this floss thing. And we're going to make, let's make four goods vans here. Send it over to Great Job City Transfer. Make it a full load, any cargo, and then head over to Great Job City. And that's how that's going to be. Off you go. Hooray! Adding more industries into our pool of resources so that we could potentially overtake the gold standard no cab. That's what we're going to do. That's our job. Let's see here. You're already up to 31% with all those cars on yours. Let's send you back to, well, maybe we could let you fill up for a bit longer here. We'll see if that's if we start getting negatives on this here, we're going to rename you so I can quickly find you at the end of the year. Let's see here. What are we gonna call you? We're gonna call you Jody Foster. Jody Foster's train. Yeah, and that way we'll know that she's a steely lady. She's taking the iron ore and moving it over to Great Job City Transfer. Um, in fact, we're gonna rename Tunningford here. We're gonna name you to the Turtle Power. There we go. You're now Turtle Power, and then Turtle Power Woods. All right. What else do we got? Sparta. This how does Sparta feel about us here? What do they think? We are very good in Sparta. Maybe we could set up a uh bus route over here, but bus route's kind of small potatoes here. We've already achieved our goal. This is why money's so powerful. Maybe we could even there's a oh that's a steel factory up there. We could even try getting a bit of the uh iron ore that's being created over here, trying to move in on Choo Choo's uh big ideas over here. Maybe, probably not. Might not be the best use of our time. Is there any other iron ores in this general area here? Not people that are pissed off at me. Um, how's Tuten Kamehameha doing here? They think I'm very good. Choo Choo is very poor. um, let's see here. What else do we got? Nondwood, Chumbawamba, Chenston. Whew. Wow, okay. Let's see here. What else can we do? Nothing for these guys. There's a forest over here. We're probably doing still incredible on this airport. Geekson is building a new building. They can only grow up. They can only go skyward. Um, they have to because there's no land anywhere for them to grow onto. Let's give them a street to go over to here. We have those poor suckers that just built their house way out in the middle of nowhere. They have nowhere to go because Choo Choo and Gold Standard have completely blocked them from being able to go anywhere. The poor geeks in the Starfleet captains are building their own football field way out here, and it's only accessible by jumping off the train as it runs by. Um, and you have to actually work at the local farm over in Chenston to see the geeks in the Starfleet captains play their football game. It's really sad. Maybe you could also work at the factory over in AI Graveyard, and everybody knows they're just trying to get out of AI Graveyard. There's nothing for them there. There's a new sawmill under construction. That's kind of cool because there's a forest straight over here. We could be the first ones to try and use that. We could try to put in a truck depot to. Hey, look, a bank. Was that always there? Okay, okay. Banks can be pretty lucrative here. Can I wedge an airport anywhere over here? No, not at all. No valuables. You have to be that close uh, to be able to pick up valuables, and we can't even do that. So, so there. The Dracula train is profitable once again. No, it's $6,000 negative. It's purely a luxury. Why don't we have you head into the uh, train depot here? I think we've milked this for as much as we can. There's just no way that we can make this train profitable. Dracula just doesn't have the passenger capacity. I lose money too, is never going to make money. That's fine. Train 3 is waiting in depot. Dracula train, we've done everything we can. We have to let you go. There's just no way that we can keep you running anymore. It doesn't make any sense. We'll keep the train tracks up in case one day uh, there is a reason to continue with that, but there just can't be oh, it just doesn't work anymore. We're sorry, we're gonna have to break it off. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to try and get a little bit better coverage, better relationship with Dracula here by putting together a bus route. We're going to keep the train depot there. Again, hiring Johnny to pick his nose and fill it up with boogers and nose demons. But we can't have him supply. Okay, the sawmill's gonna go away. That's fine. We're right over there too. We're gonna set up the bus depot right here so that it's facing the road, and that way. Oh, I think we've finally managed to peeve off Dracula enough that they're not. Yeah, we're very poor. They can't justify doing that. So we're gonna have to do what we can with what we have. Uh. Let's see here. We're gonna need to make a train, and we're gonna make a passenger car, and we're gonna make a mail car, and we're gonna tell it to go to Dracula Woods. Johnny, you're fired. We're gonna just have you run a route and see where that goes. This is the reason why we didn't destroy the uh, train tracks, because this is the only way we can get back on the good side of Dracula is if we get this thing to work correctly and make it work well. Um, if Dracula ever does decide to go off and become a big city, we'll be right there in the heart of town. But until then, Dracula with its 605 resident vampires are gonna have to make do uh, with what they have here so far. So we're loading up everybody. There's no way that they're gonna get up to the full amount of people. Um, but that's fine. They're just going to keep on transporting back and forth to Beaker Bunsen. We've effectively blocked Beaker Bunsen from getting anywhere in life as well. One of the things, let's try this here. One of the things that you can do late in the game, like it is right now, um, is we can try to make the city bigger. Um, this is kind of a dimension that I really haven't touched on yet. To help improve your relationship with local cities, you can do certain things like uh, do advertising campaigns, fund the local road construction, which really just ends up disrupting traffic. So if your competitor has a bunch of road vehicles that he's kind of leaning on to get them through the uh, uh, to get into the city there, you can disrupt that. It doesn't absolutely destroy them from being able to get to where they're going, but it just takes their routes that much longer. You can build a statue of the company owner. You can fund new buildings. Buy exclusive transport rights, which will effectively stop them from being able to transport anything in and out of the city. And I think it's also for the things that say like Dracula Docks or the Dracula Oil Refinery. Um, that no other company will be able to transport those. Bribe the local authority. I don't know. That seems to be new. To increase your town's rating at a risk of severe penalty if caught. Well, that doesn't sound like fun. All I really need for Dracula is for it to be bigger. So I'm going to spend $1 million. I have 8. Um, that's fine. Uh, I have $8 million. I'm going to use one of it to make Dracula bigger. Um, and so there we go. We're going to make it bigger, fund some more new buildings. They're going to redo their roads and try to grow into a bigger city. Ultimately, hopefully, that will help me in the end. Once Dracula Woods gets more passengers and things like that, that'll be good for everybody. So hopefully they take my advice and get to a bigger city. We can also do that for Beaker Bunsen because that's kind of a tiny little city as well. $1 million will go a long way there. So look at me, I'm just dropping millions of dollars like it doesn't even matter. Um, that train made $134 just now. This is totally going to be worth it. Oh, that's more than I made last year. Uh, so maybe this is just what it needs so that the buildings grow up and get into the bigger area here. Um, let's see here. What else do I want to do? AI graveyard. This is a bigger city, so if we were to try and fund new buildings, it's going to cost only $1 million as well. Well, there's no reason for me to do that here. Let's see here. Let's see if we can't get on Flintstone Bay's good side here. If we fund them to do new buildings, that would be $1 million as well. They still think I'm appalling. Let's do it. Let's see. Let's see what they do with getting new buildings. And same goes for to the Flintstone Bay Airport now accepts mail. Good, good, good. So now we can start actually transporting some mail instead of just shoving it into the houses of Flintstone Bay 96 residents. Road fuel vehicle 4 is getting old. Let's send them to the road depot. I have no idea where they are in the world. Oh man, they're running that route all the way up into AI Graveyard, which is God. I can't even imagine the road system going on in here. It's so horrible. I hope that what they do is they approach and just bypass everything and just run in. Oh man, oh, look at how awful this is. All right, AI Graveyard. Let's. How? What do you think of me? I'm outstanding. Well, you won't think of me as outstanding for very long. I've got to try and unclog your roads a little bit. This is awful. We're gonna run this through so that there's a more direct route to the awful roads that are over here. Hopefully my cars start to take that instead of going up into here and just getting lost. The grain production went down, increases by 14%, all the more reasons to buy a bed that's edible. Uh, let's see here. You're in the dock. That's fine. You've been deleted. And we're going to make a new mail truck, and we're going to send you out there. Good, good, good. All right, the next step is to Flintstone Bay Airport now accepts goods. Holy cow! What are you doing? um, how? What do you think of me now? What? I'm still appalling. They hate me. They hate that I'm building their city up into not a tiny little hut in the middle of nowhere. I gave them an office where they'll make rat traps to help with their city's massive rat problem. But they don't want that. They love their rats. They want to keep their rats. Um, this has not produced a dang thing. You're up to 71% full. You know what? You have too many cars. You're never gonna actually. Well, you made some money last year. Have you made any money? Have you had one trip yet? You haven't. Do you have any, you have nothing in there. Are you Oh, you produce steel. Well, that was a waste of money. Um oh boy, I'm dumb. That will produce steel, which in turn needs to be taken to a factory before it can be made into anything, like goods. Uh, so so we need to get rid of this train because it has no use. Off it goes. We're gonna delete everything in here. Make 144,000 of our dollars back. What? Oh, boogers. Well, now I have a train station in the middle of Great Job City, which is probably helping the range. Is there any other city up here that I want to connect? Turtle Power. Does Turtle Power like me? How do they feel about me? They really like me. So maybe I could just set up a train passenger service. I'm stuck on moving people around and passengers. Um, let's try it. Let's go for it. We don't there we go. We got passengers and mail that we can set up. Can we get that by going out here? Yeah. Yeah, we can do that. Let's try to get closer to the middle of town though. Here, we're gonna set that up. Run this out to here. Uh, coal mine leaves trail. Is that is that anywhere near any of my stuff? No. This coal mine is going freaking crazy. It keeps on blowing things up just that direction, that direction. It just goes everywhere. It doesn't make any sense. All right, so we that could have gone better for trains. uh we're just modifying our existing plan. It's still a good plan. We just need to change what our goals are, and make more realistic goals. Let's go over to here. Yeah, let's build a giant tunnel there. We have $6 million again. That's like having all the money in the world, right? It's totally like having all the money in the world. Uh, we're gonna have the train go over to here. Take out the tracks over here, and then get the tracks to meet up over here. And that's gonna be that. No, there. That was okay there. All right, so much better. We're gonna get rid of this and all this and all that, and we ended up making 2,000 some dollars on that. There, and we're gonna blow that up. All right, so we need to put a new one up here. And we're gonna have this train kind of I suppose, thinking logically about this, I probably could have sent that train to sit here in Great Job City for a little bit while it got renovated to be a passenger train, but that's fine. Let's make one of these. No, let's make a fast one, as fast as it can go, because faster is always better, right? We're going to make 3 of these and 2 mail cars. Actually, let's get rid of that. Just make an even 2 and 2. We're going to have you go to Great Job City and go to Turtle Power North, just to see how that's going to work. We have light rail going into Great Job City. Great Job City has 321 passengers. God, this was more needed than I thought. Let's get rid of that bridge over here. To get rid of a bridge, you just need to blow up one side of it. It blows up the other side too. Wow. I didn't expect that. There's a decent amount of passengers needed in here. Citizen celebrate. Okay, that's fine. Actually, I'd like you to head to the train depot again. And we're gonna have you actually get some more passenger areas. We're gonna get a couple more. Let's see here. 2 more. Off you go. There we go. So there we go. Out of the way. All right. So that's decent. Turtle Power North has nothing waiting on it. That's fine. Is this picking up mail? Yep, it's already started the mail run here. So we're gonna have to adapt to that as needed. And Great Job City is gonna be our foothold, I think. It's gonna finally start to turn things around. We're still appalling in Flintstone City or Flintstone Bay. There's now 391 people living there, thanks to us, but they're all grumpy there. They dislike me so much. They begrudgingly take my money and build new cities, build new things. We have poor coverage of freaking passengers and mail in Flintstone Bay. So maybe I'm going about that wrong. Maybe I need to just make some aircrafts here that are tiny, that only hold like small amounts of people. More than that. There we go. Let's go with buying a dart, having it go to here, go to here, and then go to. You made boogers last year. Uh, what's your job? What are you doing to you? Have I? Oh, ooh. I'm just thinking here. Is the AI West? They have. Oh man, the SS dollar signs. No, Captain Ron. Are you seriously becoming a problem again? No. I lose money too. Fine. He just made a pile of money. Okay. You better not become a problem again, Captain Ron. Wow, that would be a kick in the teeth pants. Uh, oof. Have It's waiting on nothing. Okay. The SS oil spill and there's another. Oh no, come on. I can't. Here, skip that. There's another oil tanker here at 98, and this one has like 3,500. Well, here, we're gonna have you skip all the way back over to get back over to here. Because we need to make sure that we're milking this oil field for as much as it's worth here. So, um, okay, so that's about 20 minutes here, a little bit over 20 minutes. I'm a zero octave. I think I might wrap up for the evening. It's been enough excitement for me for now. Um, we're all the way up to 1975. We're almost into the 80s. Once we get to this year, 2013, I think I'm going to call it a wrap on that. Um, and let's see how we did this time. Let's see if our industries that we've connected together has us working better than the gold standard. What do we got? Hey, we're keeping pace with them. We got right up next to him here. Turtle power no longer accepts goods. Okay. There's just not enough turtle power. Turtle power north. There's a decent amount of people here. Uh, great job. City is filling up with passengers to the best of what they can do, and that's putting a big old dent in them, which is good because Great Job City wasn't doing so great for passengers. It had a lot of passengers in here. I did that without even thinking. So, all right, I'm Azure Octave. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you're liking and faving as appropriate, and I'll see you soon.